Now this one right here hits home. This one right here hits, right? It's happened again. In the same day, another fallen soldado, another fallen Chicano, another vato from the streets, right? A real representer. One Tito B, the Dakota, Vario Dakota has passed. If you know his songs from Stars the Limit, the same label as one legend, Speedy Lope from Northern California, Little Coner, vatos of that nature. Now, I will keep it real and say his music was banging. Late 90s, 2000s, all that, man. Tito B was the one, man. The Bumble was real, okay? The speakers were boom banging, man. And it's the ultimate respect to one Tito B. Now, I did a video earlier on one Mr. Night Out, from down south. A Sureño soldier, man, a Sureño soldado who died due to this COVID. And now up north, we have lost one of our own. And I know you say to yourself, well, Gunner, you're no longer a Norteno, man. I'm always going to be from Northern California. I'm always going to be that. Whether I represent, I'm actively out there pursuing that gang lifestyle or not, it doesn't matter, man. This is music we're talking about. This is real life. This is a real person. And I listened and I was a big fan of his music, okay? Regardless of the message, man, I didn't listen for the gang message, man. I listened because he had that good delivery, that good flow, and he deserves the ultimate respect. Now, let's tell ourselves, man, this man made ultimate sacrifices in his life. Not only for his music, which he was a very entertaining individual. He had that spit. He had that gift of game. He had that raw diggity, He was just good with his verbalization skills, even better than me. Bang, bang. Menudo style in a direct fashion, man. Shout outs and much love and respect go to Tito B. Another one we lost. It's just, I'm mind blown that we lost two, one from up north and one from down south in the same day. It trips me out when I heard about it. I had to tap in, hit a couple homeboys, make sure that it was real righteous, make sure that it really happened, because, people like to play games, hey, they lost one, so we're going to lose one too. Nah, man, it ain't never a funny matter. It ain't never no game when someone loses their life. This shit has got real, gente. It has just got real, okay? We lost Mr. Night Out down south and Tito B from up north. Dakota and Waptown, man. Two well-known, well-established, well-respected barrios. One from the sur and one from up north, okay? So let's keep it real. I know a lot of you guys from up north bump Tito B. You all bump Stars the Limit. Stars the Limit were innovators, just like I said about Mr. Night Out earlier. Tito B and the people that rocked behind him and the people that rocked beside him and with them, man, made waves out there in the East Bay. Well-known Vario Dakota. Anyone that knows Dakota, they go all the way back to the Dakota Head Stompers, Vario Grande, Little Dakota Gang. I mean, the list can go on and on and on and on, and they get my ultimate respect. I've always respected. I've did a spiel on my channel on Dakota, and I've done a lot of tiempo with vatos from Dakota. Shout out to the real ones. They know who they are. Shout out to the ones that ain't really down with the gun. You guys know who you are, but still it's respect. But we lost two music geniuses today. Okay, and Tito B deserves that. Okay, he might not have been, like Night Out was, one of the first people doing it down south, but you know what? He kept that flame burning, man. He had that flame in his heart, and he died a solid individual. Okay, to do that, there's a lot of toil in the soil. There's a lot of turmoil that man had to go through. And to see a man's life cut short in the prime of his life, after all the struggle that he went through, is just a sad situation. And it has only shown me that it just has been getting more real and more real. Gente, watch out for yourselves. Wear the máscara, okay? When you're out there, man, watch yourselves, man, because it's really happening. It's happening to heroes. It's happening to people in the music industry. It's happening to actors. It's happening to everyday taxi drivers. It's happening to people, man, out there. People are succumbing to this. Okay, it's real. We done lost Tito B. You guys know AP9. He was on life support. Man, he bounced back like a thumbtack. He got lucky, or we almost lost a mob figure, a mob legend. See, a lot of people don't adhere to that, and they're not hearing the words that are coming out of my boca, right? And there's no disrespect here because I'm being real. It's just my attitude. Bang, bang. To lose a soldado like Tito B, not only musically, for the people that listen to his music, if you haven't listened to his music, Google him, Tito B, Stars the Limit. Hey, you on some pimping against the hustler mob shit. You know what I mean? He was so real with it, man. His spit was so real. He came from the streets. He lived in them streets, man. He ate and bred and slept and spit real shit for the northern cause, for the Norte, man. That's what he was about, okay? And he died a true, active, functioning Norteño soldado, a real gang member, a real one, right? Just as Night Owl did down south, you know? You got to give these guys the respect. Even me not being an active gang member, not being a part of that, I still respect the Chicanoism and the intricate part that they played into the whole makeup of our history. You know, we'll never forget people like Night Owl. We'll never forget people like Tito B. You know, every time I put on a tape and I get in the mood, so it's going, hey, I'm taking it back, homie. You know what I mean? Flamed up, and I want to bump some music. Tito B was one of the first ones on my playlist that I bumped, right alongside of Woody, rest in peace, right alongside of Speedy Loke, rest in peace. But it's just a trip how we lost two in one day. They always says it comes in threes. So I hope I ain't next. You know what I mean? I know there's motherfuckers out there like, oh, yes, we hope you are. But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to stay posted up and do what I have to do, man. I just think that it's so tragic, man. And it's the ultimate homage, the ultimate respect to Tito B. I will be slapping his songs tonight, back to back. I'm going to bust some Tito B. I'm going to bust some Night. I'm going to bust some Night. I'm going to bust some Tito B, man. They will be getting all the airplay tonight with me, with the gun, as I sit back and I drink a pisto in honor of these two legends. Yes, I say legends, man, because in Chicanos, the Chicanoism, man, we don't have a lot. Okay, we don't have a lot of music artists out there. You know, this is the equivalent to fucking Snoop Dogg and E40 dying. These are our people. You know, if we're not going to represent and show love and respect for our raza, who is? Whether it be north or south, none of that matters at this point, man. When it becomes life and death, it gets real. It's real situations. And you have to adhere to that, okay? You can't be sitting there like, hey, man, I don't give a fuck about that. Well, he's from up there, or I don't care about him. He's from down there. Charlie Holmes, they're brown. We have to care about each other because no one else does. No one else cares about us, so we have to care for our own. And for those of you that are out there that are not brown skinned, man, gracias for tapping in and showing love and support for the Latino community, man. We really respect that. I speak for the people, by the people when I say, man, thank you. It's highly appreciated because the shit is affecting everybody, not just us. But sabes que I'm starting to notice, man, that we're losing our gente. You know, I've lost family members. You've lost family members. So I was sick than a motherfucking Fresno Bulldog. I was barking. I was sick. Right? I had tubes and shit. I couldn't breathe, vato. You know what I mean? But I bounced back. I was able to bumble back. My health is aight. You know what I mean? And I was able to double on back. But at the same time, man, these vatos weren't. Okay, we don't know the underlying conditions. And Tito B struggled. You know, I've been here and he was in the hospitalized for 2 to 3 weeks before he finally succumbed today. It's just a bad situation. You know, when shit's getting real and it's happening. So to his familia, to his fans, to the people out there that have never listened to Tito B, man, tap in, man. Respect my condolences from Gunners Collective, man. I pay homage to a real one. Star is the limit. And now you're a star up there, carnal. To the limits, homie. There are no limits. And tonight out again, man, to your familia, condolences, man. I put these two together now because they'll forever be etched in my mind as two soldados that died on the same day, man. It's a cold game out there. It just got real for the north and south. You see? Death doesn't have no time. Death doesn't care where you're from, if you're from the north or the south. So I was scared anybody can get it. As you can see, man, respects to one Tito B on some Pippin Gangsta Hustler mob shit. Bang, bang. Shout out to the East Bay.